What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to a video where I'm not wearing my hat because it is too damn hot outside to be wearing a hat, and because someone at work told me I look sexy without my hat on. Now, it was very much not a woman who said that, so I really don't know how to feel about it. Anyway, if you're new around here, my name is Jackson Powers, and if you're not new around here, it's good to see you again. And today, I have an AEW video for you guys, as AEW Dynamite was last night, and usually I try to talk about at least one thing from AEW Dynamite, one thing I took away from it, and I was really thinking, I was like, I could talk about the Kenny Omega stuff. There's a bunch of stuff going on with the international title I could have talked about. But there's one thing in specific I want to talk about, and that is one Andrade El Idolo. Now, I'm just going to get straight to the point. You guys can see the title. I firmly believe that AEW is finally realizing Andrade El Idolo's full potential. Now, when he was in WWE just last year, a lot of people said it. Like, he's great in the ring, but he can't cut a promo. He's great in the ring, has no charisma. Great in the ring, but can't talk. It don't matter. But these last few weeks on AEW, honestly, the last couple months when he was teasing the split with the Don Callis family, then actually splitting from the Don Callis family, has really shown that Andrade has charisma, bro. It's just, yeah, English is not his first language, so there's some things he struggles to say, but he can fucking talk. Like, he was cutting a backstage promo last night, and I was really thinking to myself, I was like, dude, he's gotten so much better on the mic. Like, yeah, he's still not perfect. He's probably never gonna be perfect, given the fact that English isn't his first language, but he has improved so much. And it needs to be talked about. Like, the how you know stuff, at first I was like, I don't know how I feel about it, but as I've watched the storyline, how you know stuff just progress on and on, it's won me over. I think it's funny as fuck. Just every single week he says that shit. Like the one last week he did with Darby Allin was funny as hell when the friggin' backpacker, no, it was the skateboard, exploded in Brian Cage's face, and then they looked over and at Andrade and they said it was you. Andrade literally had a freaking remote that was controlling it, and he went, "How you know?" And then he just started fighting. Like, it was funny. The crowd likes him. And it's just one of those things. Like, during his WWE run, like, they didn't even try to give him a chance to work with anything. Like, yeah, when he was in NXT the first time around in WWE, he did some good stuff, but he never really had to talk. They pushed Zelina Vega with him, and then he didn't have to talk, which that worked at the time. But we all knew there was going to come a time where he had to split from her, and then he ended up getting fired on the main roster, and he went to AEW. He did all right there. Then he went back to WWE. Didn't really do nothing, honestly. Like, he was just floating around. Like, they threw him in the Money in the Bank ladder match every single year because he could do cool stuff. And then after a while, they just let him go. And then he went back to AEW, and he joined the Don Callis family. And then it was really when he started teasing his face turn is really when I started noticing things happening. Like, he's just gotten so much better on the mic. The freaking crowd, like I've been saying, the crowd enjoys Andrade. Plus, he can still go in the ring. Like, he had a match last night against Jake Doyle, and if he won, he got an AEW National Championship match at Redemption, which is next Sunday, I believe. Which he did win, so he's going to get that match against Mark Davis, which I think is going to be a good match. But Andrade and Jake Doyle put on a great match. And I thought it was really funny, too, because before the match, he was cutting his promo backstage, and he had the Dynamite Diamond ring from MJF. He got it, and he had it in a case. And then Renee Paquette was like, "How'd you get that?" Like, Andrade was like, "Oh, I got it from a friend." And then she was like, "What's the friend's name?" Will Ospreay. And he went, "How you know?" He freaking had a T-shirt that said "How you know" on it. It's so cool to see Andrade finally getting his props and his flowers, because watching him when he was in NXT was a lot of fun. When he won the NXT title from Drew McIntyre, I was actually hyped as fuck. I believe I was like, I don't even know how old I was. I may have been like 16 years old when that happened, and I was just, let's fucking go! and then like just watching him fizzle out on the main roster, and then him jumping to AEW, back to WWE, back to AEW. It's just like I think finally, like after all of that stuff he's been through, they're finally finding something that works, and they're just letting him be himself. Like that's what the problem was in WWE. They weren't letting him be himself. Like we know Andrade can go in the ring. Like everybody knows that. But we're finally getting to see him actually be a character on TV. And that's where my point comes in. They're finally letting him like do his thing. They're realizing his full potential. Because he's not just a guy who can do cool stuff in the ring anymore. In my opinion, he's a guy that can, like, I'm not going to say he's going to out promo MJF, but he can cut a good enough promo to like get the point across. He's proved that over the last couple weeks, and like the feud with the Don Callis family has been really good. And I could honestly see him winning the AEW national title at a Redemption. And I still think there is a possibility because they do have Grand Slam in Mexico before All In. I do think Andrade is featured on that card pretty heavily. I could maybe even see him facing Kenny Omega for the title, and probably a losing effort, but still, I think that would be pretty fun. I mean, because yeah, some people are like, well, he has the national title. Why would he go after the world title? It's like that. They clearly don't care about that. Like Kevin Knight's the TNT champion. He's going after Kenny Omega in the world title. He fought Darby Allin for the world title when he was TNT champion. Like I don't know the last time Kevin Knight actually defended the TNT title. Actually, it was against Mike Bailey a couple weeks ago. That's besides the point, though. He's actually defending it next week against Darby Allin. Which I wouldn't be surprised if Darby actually won, but we'll see. But yeah, if you're new around here, you were just now figuring out that I don't ever have a script. I just kind of yap. So if you don't like that, well, I'm sorry. But that's just kind of how it is around here. So basically, the full point is Andrade is finally realizing his full potential with AEW. And like I know he's done great work in the past, but I think right now, it may be crazy to say, at least character-wise, I think he's doing the best work of his entire career. At least in like a North American, like in a USA company. You know, I'm sure he did some great stuff when he was in Mexico, when he was able to be cutting promos in Spanish and like doing his things. But I think in America specifically, in an American wrestling company, Andrade right now, currently in AEW, is doing the absolute best work of his career. So, yeah, that's really all I got to say. I talked about Andrade talking about not knowing things or asking people what they know for 8 minutes. So, I call that pretty good. I think that's a pretty good spot to end the video. So, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, especially with the comment thing. If you comment something awesome and like really cool, I'm going to reply with something awesome and really cool. And if you comment some hate, I'm going to still give it a thumbs up and comment something awesome and cool, because it's good vibes only around here. Even though I'm a certified D1 yapper, it's good vibes around here only. Most importantly, turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss a video, and follow everything in the description box. I don't think I said subscribe yet. Save the best for last. Make sure you subscribe. You got to subscribe to turn on the bell notifications. That's fucking stupid. You can't turn on the bell notifications before you subscribe. So if you want to turn on the bell notifications, you got to subscribe. So just do that, like right now. Anyway, with that being said, I will see you guys next time. Bye.